To understand why the Soviet leadership was as paranoid as it was, as fearful as it was, to understand their reactions to the American psychological warfare operations of 1983, we have to remember who they were and how old they were and what they'd been through. These are men in their 60s and 70s. They were men who had memories of 1941, the Nazi invasion of the Soviet Union, Operation Barbarossa, which was an attack that was not picked up, that the early signs of the build-up of 3.5 million soldiers on the Soviet borders was not taken seriously, wasn't identified early enough, was dismissed by Stalin. They had missed the early preparations for an attack on their country that had led to a war that had cost 27 million Soviet lives. That, of course, enormously shaped who they were and how they saw the world. That catastrophe, just 40 years later, within living memory, within the life experiences of Andropov and the Politburo, that, of course, enormously shaped their thinking. And I think one of the many intelligence failures of NATO in the 1980s was not appreciating how much the Second World War had shaped the Soviet leadership. They didn't think like people from Britain and America, and therefore they didn't act like people from Britain and America because they were the product of a different history.